Seventh honors class, here's 11.4 from your book. These are called measures of central tendency and the range. A measure of central tendency just kind of gives you some information about where the center of the data is or where the most data is. And the range tells us how far it is apart. Because you can have data sets with the same measures of central tendency, like mean, median, and mode are the three that we're going to learn. But they may have very different ranges. Let's say everybody did the same on a test and got a 90. That means the mean of everybody's grade would be 90, the median would also be 90, and the mode would be 90. They'd all be 90. But the range would be there'd be no range. There's no difference between the highest score and the lowest score, so the range would be 0. I'm going to show you how to calculate all these things, but I'm just kind of explaining the concept first. Range tells you how far stuff is split. So you could still have a mean of 90 or a median of 90 or a mode even of 90 and have a much bigger range of data. Let's say some kids got 100 and some kids got 80, then the range would be a little bit more. Even though the average was still 90, that would mean the mean and the median are both around 90. The mode might be 92. It might show up a lot, but still you have more range because you have scores as low as 80 or as high as 100. And you can have any number of ranges for data, even though they have the same central tendency measures. So let's look at this data set. This is your Chapter 10 test grades. These are all the different scores. I sorted them in order using my calculator, my TI-84, because it's much easier to find the median that way. If you don't have a calculator, you have to put the numbers in order to find the median. You don't have to put the numbers in order to find the mean, though. To find the mean, you just add up all the grades. So we're doing the mean now, which is basically the mathematical average. We add up all the grades. We get 1,852, and then we divide by the number of them. So there's 21 different grades here. If we do 1852 divided by 21, we get 88.19. That's the class average. Mean is considered, when people say average, they usually mean the mean. Sometimes they'll mean the median, but very, very rarely. When you hear average, think mean. So the mean test grades, or the mean test grade for your class on the Chapter 10 test was 88.19. Now to compute the median, this is the mean, I'm sorry, 88.19. Now to compute the median, you got to arrange the scores in order and then find the middle one. If you have an even number of scores, you got to take the middle two and then find the mean of those two. So we're lucky in this one that we have 21 numbers. It means we just have to find the middle one, which would be the 11th. An easy way to do this is to just count off 1, 1. So we take one from the front and one from the back each time until we get to here. That's the middle number. That's our mean. Or I'm sorry, our median. That's our median. Our median is 90. If we had two numbers in the middle, let's say we had an even number. Let's look at an example here. I'm going to do, let's say we had a data set of 1, 2, 5, and 9. To find the median, I just cross these off, but then, wait, these two, there's no middle number because there's an even number of them, so we have to take 2 plus 5 and add them to get 7 and divide by 2 just to get their mean, and it's 3.5. So the median of this set of data is 3.5. Why is the median higher than the mean in this case? Do you guys have any ideas? I'm going to ask this in class, and I want to see if anybody has an idea what would make the median higher than the mean or lower than the mean. Moving on. The mode is another measure of central tendency. It's the number that appears most often. It's very seldom used in real life. Mean and median are much more important. The mode in this case was 89, just because we counted the number that appeared the most often, and it looked like 89 appeared 4 times. It barely beat out 90 that appeared 3 times. So 4 times for 89. 89 is considered the mode. Mean, median, and mode all measure where the center of the data is, right? They tell you where the center of things are, or the mode tells you where most of the data is. When we want to use range, we usually want to find out how spread out the data is. And the range is a very easy calculation. It can give you a lot of information, though. All you got to do is take the highest value minus the lowest value. So when we look back at our numbers here, The highest value was 102. The lowest was 63. So our range is going to be 102 minus 63, which equals what? 39? I think it's 39. So the range for this data set is 39. Hope that helped.